Let's crack a lacking, everybody. Welcome to the show. I'm Josh Moody. That's John Batanti. This is Alvin,
Hello.
the experts. Hey, real quick, if you've been enjoying our previous content, please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. It goes a long way to helping us get more traffic. And the more traffic we get, the more work we can put into this and the better content we can provide for you. So please smash that like button, share it with your friends, tell a friend to tell a friend. If you're sitting on like the subway, take out one of your earbuds, shove it into the person next to you's skull, and say, "This podcast is amazing. You should listen to it right now." hmm Roll down all your windows, turn your stereo up to max, especially at red
Boom.
lights. This is how you really organically this is the way that nature intended you to share the word. It's not weird or aggressive. It's perfectly reasonable. All right. So
But
last week was a shit show.
that was poetic. That was a great opener.
Uh,
Smooth.
last week was could there have been a better fight for Nate Diaz to leave on than Tony Ferguson?
Nope, it worked out. I mean, he walked away smelling like a rose. I didn't. I know the Diaz fan base is big, but I kind of got to see it in person. Working. People just start showing up. People you never seen before. And it was pretty interesting that people were just like coming out in droves to watch Nate Diaz. Yeah, it was something. But yeah, he's great fight. Instead of getting wrecked by Hamzat, he figured it out and he got a great going away fight. Tony Ferguson is cooked to me, in my opinion. I don't think he should fight anymore, but that's not happening. He's not done yet. He wants to fight 3 or 5 more times.
Do you
Uh,
think he shouldn't fight anyone, or do you think he
no,
should
I
stop
think he's
fighting
done.
top 10 opposition?
I think he should stop. I mean,
Yeah,
he 100%. I know he wasn't ready for a 5 round fight probably, but I don't really think he offered much of anything in that fight. What are his last 5 fights? What has he offered besides definitely won the first round against Michael Chandler, which was probably his top best, one of his better matchup. Like if he had to fight a guy that he matches up well against, it's Michael Chandler. And
you
he
think he
unfortunately
matched up well against Michael Chandler?
just his style, his reach, his game, he's way more fluid than Chandler. Chandler is a cheetah. Chandler. Besides recently, Chandler being good more after 1 round. It's just not his style. He's just kind of a 1 round fighter.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he's had some wars though in Bellator with Eddie
Mm-hmm.
Alvarez and things. So he's definitely. But recently Michael Chandler is not a guy that goes past a round. He's extremely explosive, but he doesn't have an all around technical striking game. But he sure as hell caught Tony Ferguson with that kick, so squash that. But I thought that was his. We talked about the fight. That line was ridiculous, and I think we were right. I mean, Ferguson won the first round and almost knocked him out. Um, Tony Ferguson still hits hard, but I just don't see what he offers anymore. Like he looks like he can't grapple with anyone. He can't hang on the feet. He looks like he's just not the same. He looks slow to me. I don't know. I think he's done. But telling a fighter they're done is pretty impossible.
I mean, would you have a problem with him going the Jim Miller route?
Jim Miller's done a great job of extending his career.
But look at who Jim Miller's fighting.
Yeah, he's. I don't think does Jim Miller fight anyone in like top 15 anymore? No, right?
Not
Not
really.
really. Right? No, he kind of he's on the pay scale. He gets paid really well now. He's a veteran pay. So yeah, no, I don't think anybody would have a problem with that. I just don't see who Tony who he beat. Like I don't think he can beat anyone anymore. Jim Miller still has skills. Like Jim Miller, his striking has improved over the years. His grappling was always elite. He's kept it there. Like his ground game is really good.
We all had this idea that Tony's ground game was so excellent.
Yeah. And I think a lot. I'm glad you brought that up. Like if you see it, like they show highlights of it, but all that is from like his early years, like Contender Series and early stuff, where like people weren't really well rounded yet. I don't think people really. No one really focused in on jiu-jitsu, out of sight as like jiu-jitsu wasn't as dominant of an art to learn like as in MMA back then. Like I think what Tony was submitting people back then is like really basic now in a sense. And it doesn't work. No one gets him like, yeah, because Tony's really he's really like lost against guys that I thought he would be better on the ground. Like he had no answer for Dariush or Oliveira at all. Like he couldn't, like no sweeps, nothing. Just and look at last week. I mean, that was pretty. The first shot, like you just get some type of guillotine. I don't like, and that's it. I don't know. So maybe Tony's grappling was really good for his time, but now it's just not good anymore. You would know better. You would know more about that than me.
Well, so he was a national champion wrestler,
and
he has shot for. To my knowledge, previous to the Nate Diaz fight, Tony Ferguson had never shot for a takedown in the UFC. Right? How crazy is that? National champion wrestler.
Pretty fucking crazy.
No takedowns.
Yeah.
So like this idea that his grappling was so advanced. Sorry, I'm trying to find that stat to make sure that I'm not a liar. The idea that his grappling was super advanced, like takedown average 0.044 per 15 minutes. He got a takedown in the Nate Diaz fight, in the Gleason Tebow fight, and in the Abel Trujillo fight, and in the Katsunori Kino fight. Oh, okay. And Yves Edwards, Ramsey Nisham. So I guess, yeah, he wrestled a little bit more earlier. But, dude, I don't even think those are like – Eddie Bravo said he had never shot for one, right? And Eddie's been in his corner forever. I think that's
maybe those were just like lucky. Maybe people tried to take him down and he just fell on top of him and he got a credit for a takedown.
Yeah, like he countered it, right? But like Edson Barbosa. He submitted Edson Barbosa. But that was like a 1-2, a skip knee, and then a snap down, right? Like he took a front headlock and took a Darce from standing.
Yeah.
Like there was no takedown and then groundwork, right? He snatches submissions out of nowhere, and he knocks you down and follows you like Cowboy. Like Cowboy didn't have a ton of takedowns. Cowboy had a ton of submissions because he would knock you down.
Right.
Jason Perillo says the best takedown is a left hook.
Yeah, club and stuff. Yeah, definitely.
So like I do think he's a good grappler, but like when you watch his jiu-jitsu, it wasn't he did better in strictly jiu-jitsu. He did better against Charles Oliveira than most people. Okay. Right? Like Charles Oliveira mangles people on the ground.
Yeah.
He did not get mangled on the ground.
I thought he got mangled, really, but
thoroughly dominated.
He got really. I mean, he got hyped. His arm looked like it broke.
100% he broke his arm and got saved by the bell.
You think 100%. So? Yeah, because he couldn't throw it, and his arm was definitely compromised the rest of the fight. But he hung in there because Tony just fucking sucked. I mean, and then his knee against Dariush, it looked like his knee got fucking popped, and he just doesn't tap. So he's just a tough ass dude.
I think Dariush did more bad to him than Oliveira did.
Oh wow!
Right, Oliveira, like he was able to prevent Oliveira from doing any damage while he was down there.
Mm-hmm.
Right, like if I if I take you down, if we're in a tournament and I take you down, or no, if we're in a tournament and you pull guard and I pass your guard and I sit in side control for the rest of the tournament, did I mangle you
No,
or did I just beat you?
you beat me.
Right? Like there's no points
Right,
for grappling positions in MMA. They're not awarded. The value is the damage that you can execute from that position.
right.
He executed almost no damage. It was just positional control that Tony couldn't do anything about. Right, so like that doesn't. I think defensively his grappling is there, and then
Okay.
like it's scary because he throws those elbows from his guard, but his guard's not doing anything else.
Right,
He just sits there and throws elbows.
right,
Like he claims he doesn't do jujitsu, he does 10th planet. Like, okay, all right.
right.
I don't know. I don't think he's as shot as other people. Like, you don't think he could beat Nicholas Dalby? Would you be interested in watching him fight Nico Price?
Yes.
What about Matt Brown?
No.
No.
No. Who I don't want to watch? Who wants to see? I don't want to watch that. I just saw him fight like an old legend. Like I don't want to see him fight another legend.
Oh, see, those are the people that I think he belongs fighting.
I don't mind like Nick Dolby. Can he do so? I mean, that would be that'd be all right, I guess. Matt Brown. Eh.
What if he fought Masaranduba?
the Chinese, the young Chinese.
No. Francisco Trinaldo.
Oh, I was going to say Francisco Trinaldo.
Yeah, he's 37.
Right. No, I mean, I have no interest in that. I don't think Tony can beat him. I don't think Tony would beat him. I think Trinaldo's shown a lot more in his recent fights than Tony has. Tony's won one round literally in his past 5 fights. I don't see. I mean, he might have got around against Diaz, maybe round 2, but I mean, he was pretty much. I mean, and Nate hasn't looked great. I don't know. He's fighting in general. Like, I mean, Nate's hanging onto the cage. Like, what the fuck am I watching here? Like, what are people paying for? Like,
that was a weird fight.
Like, watch you sit on the cage. Like, come on. I mean,
it was a very Nick Diaz fight.
I mean, if you want to watch somebody smoke pot and then huff and puff after a couple of reps, you can just go to the gym like a normal gym. That can't.
I don't think he was tired.
No, I think he was just fucking around. Like that was just showboat like thing.
I heard like he was no longer willing to negotiate the range, so he just all right. I'm gonna stay here. You figure it out. Reasonable. All right.
All right, I like it. I guess great comeback. Good card last week. Undercard, Chris Barnett, crazy comeback. Against Jay Collier. I guess Jay Collier is the only person that could lose that fight. But we got a good card. This is a really good fight night card. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think 14 fights. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10. Yeah, 14 fights, and they're good. These aren't bad. These got some action. Kicking it off is. This is going to be a banger, I think. Nick Moda versus Cameron Van Camp. Under 2.5, opened up minus 125. That's like minus 175 now. I still think that's a lot of value. I still think under minus 200 is really good value for that. Look at the finish rates for and against on both fighters. I mean, both guys are finishers. Both guys are known for low cardio. Interesting factor is Van Camp hasn't fought at lightweight in 7 or 8 fights. I was doing some digging. He's cutting 170 to 155, and it's been a while. And like I've talked about on the show, usually I'm not a fan when people change weight classes. It's usually your career's in dire straits move, and you need to do something. It's usually never the answer, more often than not. Sometimes it works out, but I'm saying 8 out of 10 times it doesn't work out. Does he match up well with Nick Moda here, who's also similar style? Yes. We saw Van Camp against Fialho. He had hurt Fialho before he looked a little tired, and he eventually got knocked out in the first round, back and forth. This fight can go the same way. Van Camp is very tall for. He's going to be very tall for a lightweight. He's going to have a 4 or 5 inch reach edge over everyone. But his defense, his striking defense, is coming in at like 25%. So that's really a concern. I really don't see this fight going the distance. That's a bet. If I have to pick a side, it's hard because both guys can get knocked out. But if this fight gets extended, I actually think it favors Van Camp. He's going to have the reach edge. If Motto doesn't have his power, Van Camp can also show he can maybe grapple a little bit. It's hard. I don't know to pick a winner in this fight. What the
Their numbers are both of their numbers are super jacked up.
Yeah.
Like
Nick Moda, like not a good look getting knocked out by Jim Miller, even though we're just talking like Jim Miller is
yeah.
Miller's good. I mean he's a legend. But you got no business getting knocked out by him, do you?
I mean Cowboy just did. No, Cowboy got guillotined.
Yeah, Cowboy was doing well in that fight too. He just got unlucky. That was a slip, kind of a really unlucky slip. Nick Moda beat some good He beat Joe Selecki, great grappler. Beat some guys. He just wasn't that impressive in his Contender Series fight, and then he's knocked out against a guy, a legend. I mean, I don't. This is tough, man. I don't know. The fuck is Lebanon, Indiana?
Lebanon, Indiana.
Yeah.
Hey, I've driven through Lebanon, Indiana. Indiana's not well, I mean, it actually is a pretty big place. Not big compared to PA, but like it's 4 times the size of New Jersey.
I'm gonna go with the upset. I'm gonna go with Van Camp. I don't think Moda has any. I don't think Moda's gonna have. I think Moda's good. Got a round to get him out of there. I think Van Camp's range. I think that reach is gonna come into play. If both guys gas out, I think his power lasts a little longer.
Van Camp has surprisingly short arms for his height.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to read too much into their UFC fights, right? Because Van Camp got finished in 2 minutes in his only fight, and looks like it was a banger. It landed 7 strikes per minute, absorbed 6.
They both like to bang and get it in. No defense. They both have low defensive numbers all around.
Moja has solid, if not high defense.
Thanks.
He's got 60% defense, strike defense. Now his absorbed per minute is relatively high compared to he's got a negative differential, right, of almost 2. So he gets hit significantly more than he does hit. But is that just because Jim Miller beat him up? Or
no, I don't think Jim Miller outstruck. I think Moda hurt him early, so
right hook to ground strikes. In round 2. Yeah, I mean, you said that Moda doesn't have a gas tank, but I see 5-round fights in it. 5-round, yeah, he has 5-round victories.
Van Camp doesn't have a gas tank.
I thought you said they both didn't have a gas tank. I got you. I like Moda. I like Moda for this one. I think if he doesn't get clipped early, I'm gonna go with him. Who do we have? Tony Gravely versus Javid Basharat.
Yeah, this is a really good. This line opened up big too. This is going to be guys of similar styles. I mean, I think Tony Gravely is really underrated here coming into this fight. I mean, he's fought a lot of good people. He's beaten a lot of good people. His wrestling is nothing like Javid has faced in his career. I think I think Gravely can I think the problem is Gravely gets caught in submissions. I think Basharat's submission game is really good, um, but I also think this is stepping up. I think Basharat's really I think he's stepping up here. I don't think he's fought anyone with the wrestling of this caliber, but I do think Basharat has some really good has really good power and really good grappling. Um, it's tight. This is going to be a close fight. Gravely's been submitted, I think, 5 times, 6 times in his career. So that's cause for concern. It's a really tough fight. I'm going to go with Basharat, but this is a tough fight to bet. You can go either way.
Every time I try and, even before we were doing this, every time I pick against Gravely, I'm wrong. And now maybe that's just because I always pick against Gravely. But like, yeah, the dude's got a lot of good wins in the UFC. He's not been in the UFC that long.
No.
Given how much I pay attention to him. He's only been here for 3 years. I feel like he's been around forever. Yeah, I'm constantly not picking him, and I'm constantly wrong. So I am actually going to pick him. Javid, Guillotine, Darce, Rear Naked, Guillotine. Yeah, I mean, Tony Gravely might get submitted. Homeboy's a submission threat late into the fight too. Two third round guillotines.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a couple of like under 2-minute finishes too, so the guy has got a decent work rate. I mean, all of these. What's the line? It's probably smarter to bet on Gravely here for your money. But I would not be smart. I wouldn't be surprised at all if Basharat. Like my gut says Basharat. It's my everything else telling me stop picking against Gravely.
It's true.
Maria Agapova.
Yeah.
Maria
Jillian Robertson. Yeah, this is your striker versus grappler matchup. If Jillian can't get her down and finish her or control in the match, she's going to get knocked out, or she's going to get owned because Agapova has really fast hands. I think everyone remembers her as she's the biggest MMA women's favorite to ever lose. I think she was like minus 1,500 against Shanna Dobson, and she ended up gassing out and getting knocked out. But she's had she came back and had a good win since she finished the Colombian chick. I forget her name, but she finished her last time out. Her Achilles heel bit her as Maria Moros was able to take her down 3 times and eventually submit her. Agapova struggles with grappling a ton. She just struggles against grapplers. I mean, the question is, how's Jillian's wrestling? Is she physically stronger or more technique than Agapova? Is she going to get her down? She might only need to get her down once. So it's tough. Agapova has, I'm so not impressed by Jillian Robertson's wrestling, like the ability to get it down. Like, I'll go with Jillian. I think she finds a takedown or two, and I think that'll be enough. But it wouldn't shock me. Tough fight, very tough fight to bet on. But what do you got?
Yeah, I had been thinking about Agapova, but I forgot that she can't grapple, and I constantly pick Jillian, and then I'm constantly wrong. Right? Like, oh, snap. This girl actually competes a lot. Competes in jiu-jitsu quite a bit, too. All through 2021. I mean, she beat Priscilla Cachoeira. No, I'm keeping my Agapova pick, but I'm doing so mostly so that we have different picks. I feel like this is
Yeah.
one that Jillian Robertson can win. She's been training with Dean Thomas since she was like a kid. So she has like a relatively advanced understanding of the game, but oh yeah, she just got thrown to the wolves. She's 100. That's yeah. Her record sucks because she's been at the top for so long. Um, yeah, I got Agapova, Agapova, Maria Agap. Damn, why is that one so hard? Agapova, Maria Agapova. What do we got next? We have Trey Ogden versus Danielle Zellhuber.
This is my best bet of this card. I jumped on Daniel Zaluber minus 205. He's sitting at like minus 310 now. I'm a big fan of Zaluber. Not because of his. He did have a really good fight against a tough customer on the Contender Series, but I've seen some of his fights beforehand, and the guy's just such a cool customer in the cage. Um, I really think he's the real deal, and you're going to hear from him. He's looks like a stud to me in there. Also, I think in this matchup, he has everything going for him. Trey Ogden was extremely unimpressive. The man was outstruck by the Monkey King, Jordan Levitt. I don't know anyone that gets outstruck by Jordan Levitt. But he found a way to get outstruck by Jordan Levitt. He also was like 1 for 5 taking down Jordan Levitt. Luber's takedown defense is really good. He's got a 5-inch reach edge. He's a way more dynamic striker. His takedown defense is really good. So I really think Dino Luber can win this fight. I think he can win pretty much all the minutes in this fight. I don't see him losing this fight, barring something freaky, injury, knockout. How about you?
Yeah, I honestly I don't know as much about Zellhuber as I wish I did, but I was not impressed by Trey Ogden. Now I do like that he didn't have to go through the Contender Series. Oh, Fury FC looking for a fight. That might not be good. That looks like that was probably. Anyways, um, I like that he didn't come in through the Contender Series. Those guys seem to be a little bit more ready when they get there. Coming in at 14-4, 15-4. He was a pretty well-rounded guy. A pretty experienced guy. But no, you should not be getting outstruck by the Monkey King. Split decision. Wow. So I got Zellhuber because even though I can't believe I just missed this one. He's only had a Contender Series fight. Okay, that's why I don't know who he is. But I didn't see this fight at all when I was going over the card. Like it just didn't exist somehow. Anyway, Loma Lukbumi, one of my favorite names, versus
It is a great name, right? Loma, look for me. You look for me. Yeah, this is I think this is going to be a good fight too. Both of these girls like to get throw hands. Striker versus striker. I like it. Denise Gomes is he's coming in this fight as a dog. I hate the price. Loma's like about minus 250 as a favorite. I hate that. I think the fight's a lot closer. Gomes has proven that she can. She's tough. She's got a lot of dog in her, and she can fight for 15 minutes and keep coming forward. They both like to go forward. Gomez isn't really have a grappling threat. I think Loma's inside judo throws are way more of a threat, and she likes to clinch up. Loma's more technical. But I think Denise has the more power. I think she's going to land the bigger shots. Um, I'm going to go with Loma just out of her experience at tough competition, but this wouldn't surprise me. This fight's close.
Yeah, the Brazilian girl is repping Muay Thai. Loma is like a traditional Muay Thai style fighter. I don't expect the Brazilian style of Muay Thai to defeat the Thai style of Muay Thai in mixed martial arts. Um, I Does she do throws or does she just do trips and stuff?
Loma, I've seen her do it. They look like throws, like judo throws from really in close. They could be trips too, but to me they were more of like a throw, like a step in and like neck throw. Like they look like twist. They look like more of a throw
Got you.
than
Muay Thai has
than
a
a
lot of trips, right? Like it's very common that when we get in too close, I just dump you to the ground and walk off like peasant. So if she's got good trips, uh, that wouldn't surprise me. I got tripped like 4 times today. We were doing takedowns.
Wait.
No like regular takedowns worked on me. And then I got dumped, just like, you're pathetic. Get out of my face. Over and over again.
Get out of my face.
Right? It was a stupid day. So yeah, I think that Loma probably has this. I don't think that a 22-year-old girl coming from Brazil is going to keep up with the girl who was raised in Thailand doing Muay Thai. And now I
You
could be
wouldn't
completely
think
wrong, and
so?
I know nothing about Loma, and maybe she picked up Muay Thai at 21 and a half when she wanted to get an MMA, and like I've just been holding her to this stupid standard for no reason.
No, Loma's gotten better. I think Loma gets better every time she's out there. She's still young. I see improvement out of Loma. She's not. She trying to not be as one dimensional. So
Yeah, like and her losing to Lupi Godinez is no big deal, and losing to
no,
Angela Hill is no big deal.
she figured a way to come back from that too, and she rallied. She eventually started rallying in that fight, but
I
she still
think I
lost.
had her winning the Angela Hill fight.
I-
I think, right? Like,
Yeah, I don't remember that fight. Next fight, Aspen Ladd, Sarah McMahon. Sarah McMahon, best female wrestler maybe ever to fight in the UFC. Her wrestling's fucking amazing. Tremendous shape too. Almost 42 years old, just still going at it. Legendary shit. Aspen Ladd has looked awful. I can't remember the last time Aspen Ladd looked good. Um, that being said, I think this is very winnable for Aspen Ladd. She opened up a small underdog. She's now a trending favorite, minus 140, and that's definitely sharp money. The public is not betting Aspen fucking Ladd. Yeah, it's Aspen Ladd is he has success against wrestlers. She's a good wrestler herself. Sarah McMahon is known for 1 round, 2 rounds max if you can't handle her wrestling style. She would definitely schooled her opponent last time out with 2 rounds of wrestling, and then third round was a different story. I think Aspen Ladd, if she gets taken down, it's probably for 1 round only. And her get up game should be really good. Sarah McMahon should tire her out. I think Aspen Ladd wins this fight, gets in the win column, and you do too.
hooray, Aspen Ladd! I like Aspen Ladd a lot, but no, she has not looked good in her last 2 fights. She didn't look good against Raquel Pennington. Didn't look great against Norma Dumont. Was the Yana Kunitskaya fight the one that everybody threw a fit about the way her coach like sent her back out there?
Norma Dumont fight.
Oh, that was the Norma Dumont fight. Okay. I mean, she's got good wins, right? Like Lena Landsberg is a decent win. Ciara Eubanks is a decent win. Yana Kunitskaya is a decent win. Like all these girls are right on the edge of the top 15 if they're not in the top 15. It's not It's not like she only beats scrubs. Like, she is a good fighter, and then there was just something happened in 2020 during that layoff, and she came back different. Um, Sarah McMahon has looked a little better since she's been training with Team Alpha in Sacramento. Oh my God, yeah, 42, 41 years old. That's crazy. And she's been around forever. She fought for a title in 2014, 8 years ago, when she was 24. No, 34. She fought for a title when she was 34. She's got a shit ton of big names in here too. We constantly see her go back and forth, right? Like 13-6. She's been fighting since 2000 and that's all wrestling. 2011, 2010. Man, I don't know. Probably should have more confidence in her than I do. She does do well. I never really expect her to win these fights. So I'm going to go with Aspen Ladd as well.
Trevin Giles, Louis Koshi, brother of Orion Koshi. Ton of power. Will definitely likes to get it going early. Comes forward, tries to get you out of there in the first round. Trevin Giles hasn't looked good last two fights since I think he had a job and he quit his job and went full-time MMA, and unfortunately he hasn't looked good since he's done that. His last two fights. Michael Morales, who's good. Michael Morales is good. Really good prospect. Knocked him out. And he got knocked out by Dricus Du Plessis, who's also really good. Before that, though, he had a nice
That's crazy.
Three-fight winning streak. No, that's cool. Yeah, I don't think there's any question that Trevin Giles is the more talented and well-rounded fighter here. He has a lot more tools than Louis Koshi. He just got to avoid that. If he gets out of that first round, avoids the bombs. The problem is he makes some questionable decisions in there as fight IQ. But I'm going to go with Giles to win this fight, but I don't love it.
Yeah, I didn't like Giles the first couple times I saw him, but like he's got a lot of really good wins over. So let's see. In 2016, he beat Brendan Allen, who's now I think about to be a top 15. He beat Ryan Spann on the regional circuit. Antonio Braganito, that's a good win. 2 guillotine losses in a row in 2019. That's not great.
Ryan Spann? Holy fuck, he fought Ryan Spann?
He fought Ryan Spann on the regional
circuit. Spann's a monster of a human being. How is Trevin Giles fighting at 170?
Ryan Spann used to fight at 185.
Well.
Yeah, Ryan Spann's a big 205er now and used to fight at 185.
Fucking moose. Ryan Spann's a beast.
The great James Krause fight, he lost that fight. That was a robbery. I'm sure the Bevan Lewis, he probably beat Bevan Lewis pretty cleanly. And I can't believe he beat Roman Dolidze. That's super impressive. Dude, Orion Koski didn't really impress me that much, and I am basing all of this off of his brother.
I'm going to base this off your brother's fights. That's funny.
All of this off of your brother's fights. And I am picking Trevin Giles.
Yeah, Giles also very chinny. You see, last year got KO'd. I mean, Kashi's got power. The only question is Kashi's like. I mean, look at who he's beat. It's really not that great. He beat He beat Sir Gregory McCowan in 8 seconds. Sir, who the fuck is Sir Gregory McCowan? Got knocked out in 8 seconds in the Bear River Fighting Championship. Yeah, I still think Trevin Giles has enough to win this fight. We got
Yeah,
Giles.
the last two people that Trevin Giles fought both throw bombs.
Damon Jackson, Pat Sabatini, baby. Yeah, this line opened up Pat Sabatini. This is going to be a good fight. Jackson plus 200 was a sharp bet. This line first came out. It's going down now. Yeah, these styles are. I know Pat Sabatini's looked really good, but Damon Jackson has a really good wrestler. These guys have really similar games. They both like to take down and have a lot of control on the feet, striking. Going to give the edge to Jackson, but Sabatini showed some striking power last time. He was able to hurt his opponent a little bit, but I think Jackson's the more fluid striker. Jackson's the better wrestler. Even though Sabatini has a wrestling background, I think Jackson's the better wrestler. I think Sabatini's better with control and submissions, though, from the bottom. So I'll give Jackson an edge in 2 out of 3 categories. The issue is, if you look at both guys, both their takedown defenses aren't that great. For Sabatini's case, I don't think anyone really tries to take him down, though. Nor do I think he fears going down. I think he wants to go down. Jackson, people take him. He had 2 fights where he was taken down and controlled, which scares me about picking him in this fight. I mean, if you can still get the plus.
Bektic?
Yeah, straight. Who's a really just a straight wrestler. I think he took him down a bunch of times, but he was able to control him too. And then he
controlled that entire fight, and then Mirsad gassed out, and Damon submitted him.
Yep, he was losing the whole fight, and he submitted him. Yep. I think Charles Rosa got him down, I think, 3 times. And then he's looked really good his past 2 fights. I mean, he's a good fighter. He's good. His only losses are got KO'd by Tuporia. Okay, he's a stud. Mobley Kabulev is also a really good fighter. PFL, he got that was a 10-second that he just got caught. Throw that one out. I mean, he doesn't have many fights. Kevin Aguilar in 2017 when Kevin Aguilar was really good. Okay, like that. Okay. I'm going to just give the edge to Sabatini here just because Sabatini is, I don't know, I'm just feeling a local guy to my area. Really local, actually. And I just think like that top control being the Jackson show, he can be controlled. Wrestlers usually submit. I think Sabatini has the edge there.
I think this is going to be an awesome fight.
Yeah, me too.
I think this is 100%. This is my fight of the night, even if y'all scrubs don't like grappling. It's still my fight of the night. If you're going to bet, I would bet on Jackson. I think that plus 200 is
you can't get that anymore. He's like plus 160, but if you can find it somewhere like Jackson, what are you plus 200, plus 220? I think you should take it. It's definitely value. If Sabatini keeps dropping like minus 140, take him on the reverse. We'll see.
Yeah,
but I think I'm excited for this fight.
Expect Sabatini to win because when both of them win fights, but Damon Jackson is like on the inside of the jaws of defeat the whole time. Now it's never like he snatches victory from the jaws of defeat. Victory is always very clearly outside of the jaws. And he hangs out inside the jaws, inside the jaws, inside the jaws, and then steps out and is like, hey, look, my victory's here. Whereas Pat Sabatini comes in, takes you to the ground, duct tapes your mouth shut so he doesn't have to deal with your jaws, and then he removes victory from where your heart was supposed to be.
Wow. Where the fuck? Oh, wow. That's deep, bro.
They both get very good victories, but one of them makes you look foolish while he does it.
Yeah.
I like Damon Jackson a lot, right? Like this is like a dream matchup for me. Him versus like Ryan Hall is like one of the only. Oh, Ryan Hall versus Pat Sabatini, please, that'd be incredible. But yeah, I think that betting on Damon Jackson, if you can get like a good line on that, I think that's the smarter play.
Yeah.
But I am leaning towards Pat Sabatini myself.
All right. Next fight, Fluffy Hernandez, Anthony Hernandez versus Marc-Andre Barrio. At first I thought, I don't know about Fluffy's going to smash this. Then I looked a little deeper and I thought, I don't know. Fluffy's pretty relentless with his takedowns. That's his game. Marc-Andre Barrio. Besides, I know he beat your favorite fighter Jordan Wright last time. I feel like yeah. No, I'm not overthinking this. I got Fluffy. Go ahead. You know Fluffy's game. You talk.
I like Fluffy a lot, and I was not impressed by Marc-Andre Barrio.
Good enough.
Oh yeah, that's who Jordan Wright is. I could never remember who Jordan Wright is. Yeah, I don't put anything into him having beaten Jordan Wright or Dalcha Lungiambula. I think those are both kind of like that's as close to a gimme in the UFC as you can get. I don't know a ton about Abu Azaitar, so like I don't know how hard fought that win is, but then he's got a bunch of losses before that. So I will not be picking Marc-Andre Barriault versus Fluffy because Fluffy's dope. Dude, like he put on a fucking grappling clinic against Josh Fremd. Yeah. Survived the onslaught of Rodolfo Vieira, and then submitted like a dude. Like I don't want to put too much on him, but he's top 25, top 50 of all time to compete in jiu-jitsu, like for sure. And everybody wants to talk about the top 5, and you're like, what do you mean he's number 40 of all time? Like thousands and thousands and thousands and millions of people do jiu-jitsu. This dude's in the top 25 to 50 of all time, and he got submitted by Fluffy. Fluffy's a bad motherfucker. I got Fluffy.
Tanner Boser, Rodrigo Nascimento, heavyweights. Yeah, I've seen a lot of Tanner Boser. I've seen Tanner Boser and like his thing, like he's just not. I don't know. I'm just not that impressed with the guy. I feel like he can be really dormant. I feel like he won't throw a lot of strikes. I was really impressed with Nascimento's last performance where, I mean, he got lit the fuck up by Alan Baudot. Like, he got lit the fuck up, and he stayed in the fight, and he completely turned it around and showed off some pretty slick striking that I didn't know he had. It looked like things just clicked for him, and he ended up fucking finishing Alan Baudot. And he was a big favorite in that fight. He's also been a big favorite in a lot of his fights. He is the guy I bet against Chris. I'm pretty sure I took Chris Daukaus against him. I think he fought Chris Daukaus. Let me see if this is the right guy.
Yeah.
It's him? Yeah, so this guy's been a big favorite all of his fights. I mean, he comes in like high regard. Oh, he didn't have a fight since that Daukaus fight? Wow, yeah.
He had one.
So there's also, I think, a clear path to victory here. I think if he can get Tanner Boser down, I think he can. I think his submission is live. I think he's going to have time to do that. Like, I don't think Tanner Boser is the guy that he doesn't have to worry about Tanner Boser trying to take him down. Plus, Tanner Boser, like I said, his grappling isn't really the fastest or anything. I think he can do really well in this fight and be in this fight. I'm going to go with the upset. I got Nascimento.
I do not, because Nascimento doesn't move his feet. He just ducks his head and throws bombs over the top. The only takedowns that he has are against Dante Mays, who
sucks.
Isn't a grappler.
Enough said. Sucks.
And Nascimento looks like he gets quite tired. He gets hit more than he hits. Yeah, I mean, if he's a grappler, cool. All right. Yeah, I mean, he's got an arm triangle on Contender Series, a rear naked choke against Dante Mays, and then he got a KO. It's listed as a KO in his last fight, but it's actually went down as a no contest. I'm not sure what happened.
There was a I think there was like a eye poke in there or something.
Yeah, but it's still listed as a KO too, which is the weird part.
He definitely won. He definitely won.
Tanner moves his feet. I like that. Tanner hits twice as often as he gets hit. I like that as well. He's got good takedown defense. And I don't believe he's been submitted, at least not recently, not in the UFC. So I got Tanner. I don't see Nascimento taking this. That just seems like a foolish bet.
He's a fool.
Yeah, I don't think this guy's I don't think this guy is going to be here long.
All right, let's see. Amadovsky, Joe Pyfer. Yeah, biggest favorite of the night. Joe Pyfer's about -500 right now. Amadovsky's shown pretty poor metrics all around. And he just wants to come out and bang. I don't think he's got he does not try to grapple at all. He doesn't want to grapple. It doesn't look like his grappling defense is good at all. So, I mean, if Joe Pyfer's, if he's shown anything, and I don't go crazy over DWCS guys, except I'm pretty high on Zaluber, who's on this card. Should Joe Pyfer be -500? No, I don't know. Against because Joe Pyfer shows he likes to come out and bang, and that's what Amadovsky does.
500 in MMA.
Yeah, it's hard, right? But Amadovsky, if anything, he's got 8 wins. They're all finishes. They're all knockouts. So he likes to bang. That's his style. He wants to do that. If Pyfer comes out and does that, he can get clipped and knock the fuck out in the first round. It's very possible. I'm telling you. Yeah, I wouldn't lay it. He does have a clear path to victory, which get the fight to the mat, and it shouldn't be that hard from there. He can rack up whatever. He'll find a finish, or he'll rack up rounds because Amadovsky just doesn't fight off his back. I'm going to go with Pyfer, but,
how do you know that dude hasn't even had the opportunity to fight off his back? He got he got taken down in his last fight. The ugly man took him down.
Joseph Holmes, baby. That's right. I had that. Joseph Holmes by finish. Yeah. The ugly man. The ugly man's awesome. Yeah, he's just not.
Remember that. The ugly man made him look bad.
I would say Amadovsky and Agapova just don't grapple on this card. They're white belt level.
Oh no, he lost to John Phillips.
Yeah.
Oh no.
He's one of the worst fighters on the roster right now. He's in the top 10.
Yeah, because the only dude that hold on, let me make sure that I'm not lying about this. Oh no, yeah, he has no wins in the UFC. And he has a loss to a guy who's 1-5 in the UFC. This is not. No. Joe Pyfer was winning his fight to get into the Ultimate Fighter, or to get onto the Contenders, winning his Contenders Series fight against Dustin Stoltzfus pretty handedly, and then Stoltzfus picked him up for a takedown and he planted wrong, dislocated his elbow, had to have surgery, and was out for over a year. But he looked really good before that. I'm assuming that Pfeiffer's going to win this one. I can't imagine Ahmadovsky. This is the one. This is the one you're gonna keep your job and suddenly you're gonna make a run. I don't know, man.
No, I doubt it.
Andre Touchy Feely versus Bill Senor Perfecto Algeo.
Yeah. Yeah. This is the toughest fight. I mean, this is pretty much an even line all around. Two guys, a lot of fights on both sides. I mean, Feely's been around UFC forever. Algio's got fights in the UFC now, and he's impressive last time, but he's got a lot of fights on his record. I don't know where to start with this one. I don't know. It's tough. I think I'm just going with. I mean, Feely got caught last time. I don't think Algio has that type of power to stop Feely. I like Feely. Algio just likes to come forward a bunch. I feel like he likes to come forward. He likes to throw. I feel like that plays into Feely's strength. I feel like Feely's a really good. He's best when he's counter striking, and he's using his leg kicks. I feel like he's gonna have a lot of opportunity to do that. So I got Feely. I'll take Feely for the win, but not betting it. Tough fight all around.
Yeah, I mean Feely's been around for a while. He's just kind of inconsistent.
There's always game. There's always game.
Yeah. Bill Algeo has a lot of experience. He lost on the Contender Series to a dude that I don't even think made it in the UFC. He went to the PFL. A whole shit ton of PFL fights since then. Anyways, have you ever seen Touchy Feely have cardio issues? Not really.
Not 3 round fights, no. Actually, probably never fought 5 rounds, so no, I never seen him.
I don't think he's ever fought 5 rounds.
No.
I'd be shocked if he had main evented. I don't even know who it would have been against. Yeah, I don't. No, man, I'm taking Bill Algeo. I don't think that this is going to be the time that Touchy Feely brings it together.
All right. Next fight, Chidi Njokuani versus Gregory Robocop Rodriguez. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this fight. Rodriguez is fucking built. The guy looks like a bodybuilder. He's also got like elite grappling and apparently a black belt and BJJ, and he never uses it. I feel like that would do him really well in this fight. But you can't count on him to just start doing it. Plus, he's made of muscle. If he does it and he can't get Njokuani down, like Rodriguez will gas, which favors Njokuani. Njokuani is definitely more athletic, has much better movement. He's just dangerous in his own right. Rodriguez, he's definitely got power. I don't know if he's got the stopping power for Njokuani, but I mean, I don't know. I feel like Njokuani is way more suited to win this fight. It's a very close fight too. I got Chidi.
Yeah, I hear really good things about RoboCop, and maybe I need to go back and give him like another look because he does have good wins. Like Josh Fremd is new to the UFC, but I've seen him fight a couple times now, and like that dude's a good fighter.
Yeah,
he's got a win over him. He just beat Julian Marquez in the first round. Like that, the Cuban Missile Crisis is a damn good fighter as well.
Right.
I also have heard about this magical submission game that he has, but I don't know, man. Like you need wrestling to have good jiu-jitsu and have it be effective in MMA.
Right.
Have we seen that as an Achilles heel from Chidi? Decision. You got 2 losses on the ground in Bellator. 3 losses on the ground. Brandon Thatcher. Yeah, Chidi's been fighting forever too. Chidi's first fight was 15 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Like he beat Alan Jobuan 11 years ago. He fought Brandon Thatch the next year. Like the dude's been around forever. It just kind of took him a while to get to the UFC. I'm not on the Gregory Rodriguez hype train. He might
No,
be a bit better, but like people were, I felt like people were overly singing his praises after that last fight. Like, look at this amazing. He's the next thing. He's got to be. Look at him. And I'm like, yeah, you want to fight? Good for him. Like, he looked good doing it. But I don't see anything there that tells me that he is a world beater.
I agree. We'll see though.
Okay, so our next fight, Corey. Almost called him Cody. Corey Sandhagen versus Song Yadong.
Song Yadong, baby. Yeah. I mean, this jumped at me when I first saw this fight matched up as a main event. The first thing in my head, I was like, "Why the fuck is Song Yadong in the main event?" But yeah,
Why is he in the main event? Because he's the greatest thing. He's the best male fighter coming out of China.
Is he?
Yes.
I don't know. Li Jianglong, I don't know. Maybe he's the Kung Fu
Li
Monkey. Yeah.
got here first and has had a higher rank next to his name than Song Yadong, but Song Yadong is the best male Chinese UFC fighter.
Okay.
At least as of right now. Yeah. Yo, he's 24 and he's been in the UFC for 5 years already.
That's interesting.
Yeah. His only loss in the UFC was a decision to Kyler Phillips, who's fucking dope. He beat Chito Vera, beat Casey Kenny, beat Julio Arce, beat Marlon Moraes. I want Corey Sandhagen to win this. Stylistically, he's one of my favorite fighters to watch. But all of my gut is telling me that Song's going to knock him out.
Knock him out?
Yeah. Like, I don't even think... Yeah, he's never been knocked out.
No, I don't see that. I don't see Song knocking Sandhagen out. I don't think Song has Sandhagen's striking numbers are much better. I think he lands more, he gets hit less. He's going to have reach edges. I'm a fan of Sandhagen striking. It's really good. He definitely didn't embarrass himself against Puter Yong. Song Yadong, I think his stopping power, I think he's seen it once. Did he knock out? I think he knocked out. Who did he knock out? He knocked out Marlon Moraes. Yeah. That was
knocked out Marlon, finished Julio Arce, knocked out Alejandro Perez.
The Julio Arce head kick punches around 2. And that was his that was it. Yeah. I'm not really. Or I remember the Casey Kenny. He outworked Casey Kenny. Tough fight. Julio Arce. I think he lost that first round. Then he came back. Then the Marlon Moraes fight was nice. Beautiful KO. Yeah, I mean he's stepping up here. It's a close fight, but I don't know. I think it's hard for me to like look who Sandhagen's fought. I mean, he fought all these guys. Like he's fought so many good fighters over. Man, it's so tough for me to go against. Yeah, Asum Sao, Lineker, so many good guys. He fought the Dillashaw split decision, which was questionable. Then Peter Yan, like that fight, like he definitely had some moments there, and he definitely won rounds. Like that was, yeah. I think he's going to be the minute winner and the round winner. I don't see Song Yadong winning this fight, but could be
If
wrong.
it goes to decision, it should be Sandhagen. And like, don't get me wrong, I think Sandhagen wins this. But there's this thing in my stomach that says that Son Yadong is going to take out Corey Sandhagen. And it's not even just like, oh, he's going to happen to win this fight. Like, nah, I think he's going to finish him violently. I feel that he's going to finish him violently. I think Sandhagen should win this fight. But I feel like Yadong is about to do terrible things to the Sandman. So I had written down Sandhagen, but I'm switching it to Song. Go Song.
Wow. Switching it, huh?
Yep.
All right. I respect it.
And that is
That's it, guys. So avoid the Joe Piper trap. Don't lay minus 500 with fighters that aren't just starting out in the UFC. It's always usually a trap, even though it might look good or seem easy. Stay away from it. Looking forward to all these fights. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. If you have any questions, shoot them our way.
Toodaloo, motherfuckers.